like to call to order the August 16th, 2022 Brooklyn City Board of Education regular meeting. Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Mr. Singer.
He is excused tonight.
Ms. Krall. Here. Mr. Neale.
Here.
Mr. Slattery.
Here.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Here, can we all stand for the pledge, please? I
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
In order for the board to fulfill its obligation to complete the planned agenda in an effective and efficient fashion, a maximum of 30 minutes of public participation as it pertains to school-related topics will be permitted at each meeting. Each person wishing to address the board will approach the podium and state his or her name and address. If several people wish to speak, each person will be allotted 3 minutes until the total time of 30 minutes is used. During that period, no person may speak twice until all who desire to speak have had the opportunity to do so. The period of public participation may be extended by a vote of the majority of the board. Okay, now on to our, Dr. Kalaris.
Good evening, Mrs. Bartczak, Board of Education. Just a few comments this evening. Looking forward to welcoming our classified certified staff back on Thursday. We have opening convocation, professional development this week, and we have student orientation open house will be next Tuesday, the 23rd. And so building principals should have sent out the links to register for student orientation slots. So parents, if you have not received that, please contact Mr. Hare or Mr. Boland to get access to those links. And then we welcome all of our kids back on Wednesday, August 24th. So very excited to start the year. Just also this Thursday, we have our Welcome Back Pep Rally, which we will have the parade starting around 5:45, 6 o'clock. We'll parade to the stadium. We'll have some activities up there. We'll do some introductions of our kindergartners and our athletic teams and seniors. And so we're excited to see everybody on Thursday. And those are my comments for this evening.
Okay. Thank you. Now on to Mrs. A, your treasurer's report.
I have a small report also. Brooklyn City School District received the school safety grant, $100,000, $50,000 per building. So the lower school, $50,000, and the upper school, $50,000. There hasn't been much information coming through yet, just that we have received the grant. It can be used for visitor badging systems, facility mapping, school radio systems, GPS tracking and student transportation, lighting, notification systems, locking doors. So those are some of the information or some of the things that we can use it for, but information is still to come. So when I get more, I will let you guys know.
Were cameras on that list?
Yes,
Excellent.
security training cameras, door locking system, yes.
Thank you.
This slide, we kind of have a priority list in our mind in terms of what we want to look at based on some of the previous projects we have going on. So security cameras, doors will probably navigate to the top, I would think, at some point.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now on to board committee reports and board comments. Tonight we'll start from Ms. Kelly Krall.
The finance committee hasn't met. We're looking to schedule something, if not the end of August into September, and that's all of that.
Okay. Now on to Mr. Rocky Neale.
Thank you, Madam President. I had a Polaris meeting last week, and their first day of school was today. So it was quite enlightening. I'd like to welcome all the students back in a short while here, and congratulate all the fall sports teams and their participation, and hope it goes well. Looking forward to another school year. Does everyone realize how fast it goes from by the time we leave, all of a sudden they're already here already? I'm sure the teachers do and everybody else.
I just remember saying it was 77 days until
Yes.
we were back to school.
The fastest
Yep.
77 days.
That's exactly right.
I mean, it's ridiculous. Can't even get the building clean.
Right.
So, and that's all of my report.
Thank you. Now on to Mr. Rob Slattery.
Thank you. Rec board, we had no meeting. We'll schedule, and I think they take the break just like council does. And then facilities, obviously, we've seen the upgrades to the track and then also the asphalt. Boy, it is really, really nice driving through Hurricane Alley. Other than that, I have nothing.
Okay. I would also like to welcome the kids back next week, and I would like to wish the kids from Polaris that I hope they had a very good day for their first day back. I hope to see everybody out Thursday at the Welcome Back rally. And by the time like people see this, so that's Thursday the 18th, in case so, you know, that. And then the kids start back next week, and then open house for everybody, K through 12 is on the 23rd, right?
Yeah,
Everybody.
so what we
Okay.
did is we're kind of using that open house time as evening times for student orientation.
Mm-hmm.
So there, when parents sign up, they may be able to sign up for an evening slot because that's more convenient for their schedule. So that's what's happening.
Okay.
K through 12.
K through 12,
Correct,
okay.
Absolutely.
Okay, and then if anyone would like to reach me, I can always be reached at 216-406-4304. That's all I have for tonight. And so now we're gonna go on to the reading of minutes and financial statements, and our reader tonight is Ms. Kelly Krall.
Resolved that the minutes of the Board of Education meeting be adopted and all action taken by the Board of Education at said meeting is hereby affirmed and approved.
Can I have a motion,
So
please?
moved.
Second?
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall,
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the financial statements of receipts and expenditures for the month of July, including all purchase orders paid and all then and now statements for the month of as submitted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to join on behalf of the Brooklyn City School District, the Brooklyn Chamber of Commerce for the 2022-2023 school year.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby authorizes the superintendent to enter into an agreement with the Applewood Centers, Inc. for services at the Gerson School for the 2022-2023 school year at the cost of $45,695 to be paid out of general funds per the attachment agreement on file in the treasurer's office.
Can we have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Dr. Claris, what is the Garrison School?
It's not play school.
Okay.
Yeah, like a PEP, just a different facility
Okay.
with different servicing different needs for students.
All right. Anyone else? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the employment of the following classified personnel for the 2022-2023 school year contingent upon successful completion of background check and verification of credentials as noted.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following certified resignation: Hannah O'Brien, Intervention Specialist, effective August 17, 2022.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves up to 24 hours of consulting transition time for Hannah O'Brien at her current daily rate of pay effective August 22 through August 26, 2022 to assist with the transition and coordination of intervention services for the 2022-2023 school year.
Hannah needs an H in the,
I got it, I'll take
Okay,
it. Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Questions, comments?
Just a quick, so Ms. O'Brien is actually moving out of state, but we're hoping that her replacement, she can work with her replacement for 3 or 4 days from the transition standpoint, so that's the reason for it, and it'll be as needed.
Okay. Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
So moved. Or yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yeah.
I was looking ahead of it.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following classified resignation: Gina Lehman, classroom assistant, effective
End of 21-22 school year.
Okay, can I get a motion, please?
So moved.
Second?
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves unpaid leave for absence for Jack Hands on October 10th, 2022.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall.
Yes.
Mr. Neale,
Yes.
Mr. Slattery,
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following person for the 2022-2023 supplemental coaching assignments with the provision that such individual comply with all Ohio High School Athletic Association rules and regulations and State Department of Education regulations pertaining to proper certification and or first aid training and fulfills the requirements of the job description attached to their supplemental contracts. Mary Krause, Assistant Boys Varsity Soccer Coach.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Ms. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Thank you.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following persons for the 2022-2023 supplemental assignments with the provision that such individuals comply with all rules and regulations and State Department of Education regulations pertinent to proper certification and fulfills the requirements of the job description attached to their supplemental contracts. Entry-level teacher mentor Jen Kiss, resident educator facilitator year 3 Sue Grovick.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the following certified staff members to provide summer enrichment and for staff to participate in professional development and training at a rate of $25.28 per hour, retroactive to August 1st, 2022. For kindergarten kickoff, Jen Hengsteller not to exceed 30 hours, Jenny Bayer not to exceed 30 hours, Kayla Patterson not to exceed 15 hours.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments?
These staff members, we had some staff members that we originally approved in the spring that ended up not being able to do kindergarten kickoff. So these 3 staff members pitched in and helped out, so we appreciate their help.
Ms. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the attached resolution regarding HB 583 employment of substitute teachers for the 2022-2023 and 2023-2024 school years.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments?
It's a similar resolution we passed in the spring to cover the 21-22 school year. So under House Bill 583, we're able to modify those requirements to help us attract more subs. And so this is the resolution that does that. And this will cover us for 2 years.
Okay. Anyone else? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes.
Resolved that the Brooklyn City School District Board of Education hereby approves the retention period of 75 years from termination or resignation for employee files, employment applications, resumes, contracts, salary notices, and other documents which become part of the file.
Can I have a motion, please?
So moved.
Second.
Questions, comments?
I was shocked to see this, how long it is.
Is this specific to, because it's a school?
That I can't speak
Yes,
to.
so they have different ones. This is for the schools. Currently, we have it as permanent, but the Ohio Society moved it to 75 years, so I did it to go in line with them. But yeah, they have different ones for counties, libraries, schools.
Anyone else?
Any idea for Kathy for the city?
We have, I couldn't tell you what it is.
I've seen the retention records before, but I don't remember ever seeing anything 75 years. Or,
I know that we keep, the employment records a very long time.
okay. No, I was just shocked at the number. Thank you.
Before computers.
Yeah.
That's right.
Anyone else? Mrs. A, can you call the roll, please?
Ms. Krall?
Yes.
Mr. Neale?
Yes.
Mr. Slattery?
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak?
Yes. Board business, the superintendent treasurer evaluation timeline discussion.
So based on everybody's individual survey with regards to who's available on what Saturday, looks like Saturdays are gonna be tough
Yeah.
in August and September. So we could find a Saturday in October, or we could try to find a date in September during the week to do that. I know everybody's schedule is different, this and that, so what I wanna do is kind of target it on a couple dates
Okay.
that the board's available, and then I'll get a hold of Matt and we'll talk to Matt, see what his availability is.
Okay.
We'll go to the 1st, 8th, and the 29th.
Of October?
Yes. Yeah, the second, there's 5 Saturdays in October. So the first 2 and the last 1.
Talking mornings.
So
I'm
you said
assuming
you're good,
mornings.
you said you're good 1, 8, and which?
29.
29.
15th, we have our reunion.
Yeah, would October 8th work for everybody?
Let me see.
For the record, we're all checking our calendars, we're not playing with our phones.
Yeah, we're all looking at our calendar.
What time we talking?
I'm trying to get mine to come up, because I can't get.
I would say, I know there's one of our board members has some availability issues past a certain time, so maybe 8 to 11, 8 to 11:30, somewhere around there.
Works for me.
Mine's still coming. What date was it?
That would be Saturday, October 8th. Rick, I know you're on the phone, does that work for you?
I'm looking at my calendar right now, that should be good.
Okay,
I'm trying to get my calendar to come
If
up.
we do 8 to 11, I should be all right.
okay. Cal, does that work for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm trying to get it.
Needs to hold up.
I know, my thing isn't working. I'm like gonna start like spinning around in the chair to get it done. Come on. I hate to say yes, then I go home and I'm like, guys, I can't do it.
Well, how about this? Bonnie, text me. I mean, you can
Yeah.
just give me a call. I mean, I'm not gonna contact Matt till probably tomorrow.
I'm just gonna put it in just so I.
Absolutely, yeah.
It should work, but I can't verify that, so.
That's
like,
fine. Just,
okay.
if I don't hear from you, then I'm assuming
Okay,
it's a
so
go.
it's the 8th,
Yeah, October 8th, 8 to 11 a.m.
8 till 11.
Yeah, we'll do that over,
Okay.
we can do it in the treasurer's office conference room.
Okay,
Okay?
all right.
Rick, does that work for you?
Yeah, I'm putting it in now.
Perfect. Oh, Saturday, October 8th. I'll send it once
Okay.
once you confirm with me
Yeah.
or don't, then.
Sorry, guys, if I end
we'll go
up
with
having
that.
to back out of that date. Sorry.
Where are we meeting?
We'll be in the treasurer's office conference room, Rick.
Okay.
Okay. Do we have any correspondence related to any action information? Any other business?
Yes, I forgot to mention, that the Ohio, I know we mentioned at our other meeting, but the Ohio checkbook is live, so anybody who's interested in taking a look at what's going on, they can.
I actually jumped on there and started monkeying around with a little bit, just
That's
looking
a-
up different contractors and stuff. It's gonna take a little getting used to, but I think it's gonna be good.
I'm still trying to get my calendar to come up so everybody knows. That's what I'm trying to do. It's still-
Secretary, you'll have these at the,
Yeah, I'll have these at Picnic in the Park. I'll have these at the rally on Thursday. So yeah, absolutely. And then any leftover, I'm gonna give it to Mike and he can distribute to parents and things like that.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Yep, absolutely.
Thank you, I like these very much, thanks. Announcement, the next regular meeting is Tuesday, September 6th in the Treasurer's Conference Room, 9200 Bidoff Road, Brooklyn, Ohio at 6 p.m. Can I have a motion for
So
adjournment?
moved.
second.
Ms. Zay, can you call the roll?
Ms. Kroll.
Yes.
Mr. Neale.
Yes.
Mr. Slattery.
Yes.
Mrs. Bartczak.
Yes.